Hi and welcome to this podcast on human development. I'm Visalama, office service teacher, and today I'll be talking about how socio-economic disadvantage affects the development, learning, and well-being of primary school students. I'll be using the socio-cultural lens to explore how a child's environment and community shape their educational experience, and I'll suggest some ways we as future educators can support learners in this context. I want to show you Alex, an 8-year-old grade 3 student. Alex and his mom live in public housing and he has two younger siblings. His mom takes casual shifts working at a nearby cafe and misses meals now and then so the children can eat. They do not have a computer or access to the internet at home, and usually Alex is taking care of the younger ones because the work schedule of his mom is unstable. Alex's path is the journey of many Australian kids. Over 1 in 6 children are living on or below the poverty line based on the Australian Council of Social Service. Numerous of the students begin school behind in numeracy, language, and literacy skills, and the gap could widen further if extra support is not identified. Let us consider this from the socio-cultural perspective. This looks at children's development as firmly rooted in the cultural, social, and economic context into which they are born. For children like Alex, limited access to early childhood learning services, nutritious food, stable housing, and healthcare impacts every development area from concentration to social-emotional regulation. A 2020 O'Connell et al. Study found that poor children are more likely to experience chronic stress, which affects brain development, memory, and emotional well-being in a negative way. When the child is stressed about food or security in the home environment, it becomes absolutely impossible to focus on memorizing times tables or writing a story. There are also long-term implications. Longitudinal evidence suggests that socio-economic disadvantage during early life is associated with lower academic attainment, school participation, and future life chances. Left unaddressed, poverty cycles can be perpetuated across generations. What can we as future educators then? First, we must create safe, supportive classrooms that recognize the unseen obstacles between students and their learning. Trauma-informed teaching, which recognizes how trauma affects brain development, can be powerful here. That means predictable routines, stable relationships, and emotional check-ins. Second, school can offer breakfast clubs or free healthy lunches. The Department of Education Victoria runs a school breakfast clubs program that works towards alleviating hunger and improved attendance and participations. Third, we can incorporate school and emotional learning activities into the school program. Programs like Respectful Relationships and the Resilience Project equip children with strategies to manage emotions, relate to other people, and build self-esteem, especially essential when life at home is turbulent. We are not social workers as future teachers, but we are influential connectors. We can establish relationships with families, recognize when students might need additional assistance, and work with school welfare teams or agencies outside the school such as the Smith family or Bay Street. Lastly, socio-economic disadvantage significantly influences human growth, especially for students of primary age. With a socio-cultural lens, we can see how poverty affects not just academic success but a child's sense of potential, self, and belonging. Our responsibilities is to recognize this, to advocate for fairness and foster inclusive classrooms where all learners can thrive irrespective of postcode. Thanks for listening.